Ready to crush your first year of university? From achieving your goals and getting motivated a month in advance to last minute tips for your first day of school, I've got you covered. Whether you're aiming for top grades or balancing part-time work or just trying to stay organized, these steps that I will be sharing with you ensure that you will start strong and get ahead in university. So stick around to find out how you can become the best at whatever you do, because that's something on brand. Hello and welcome to the channel where all videos are about inspirational and motivational things to help change your ways of life and get you to become the best versions of yourself. I am your host, Amelia Grace, and today we're talking about how to prepare for university. I will be breaking down the steps that you need into 4 categories, one for a month in advance, 2 weeks in advance, a week in advance, day before, and day of. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, if you're starting in more than 1 month, this step is going to be really easy for you to achieve. However, if you're someone who's starting 2 weeks, a week, or even the day of or before, this step is going to be a lot more difficult to complete. However, I do know that it is necessary to complete, so make sure that you allocate time to complete this step. This step is here to help you become motivated and create momentum towards your goals and get you to be prepared and get ahead. So the first step is to write down the kind of person that you want to become. Do you want to be a high achiever and get the best grades? What priorities and non-negotiables do you have? And do you want to allocate your time more towards hangouts and parties, or do you want to be someone who studies and succeeds? Getting clear on the kind of person that you want to become is going to make university and starting university so much more easier, especially when you feel overwhelmed, because trust me, it gets really difficult. Even in the first week of university at UQ, I was stressing, girl. I was so over my head with what I thought it would be versus reality. So I'm here to give you this video on everything that I wish I knew back then. You do have to prioritize your studies and passing at least. So making sure, for example, your non-negotiable might be Pilates every single morning. Say at 7 a.m, I'm going to do Pilates until 8 a.m. And make sure that you stick to that routine so that when you're in university and things are really hectic, you ensure that you wake up early enough to get your Pilates done.
But have enough sleep so you're not driving on like 4 hours.
Know your goals and aspirations before you start uni. That's why I put it in the 1 month advance prioritize list. And that's because when you start your classes, this way you'll already be in motion. So as an example, I made sure that I started my YouTube and my content creating career a few months before I actually started university. And that's because I needed to know how I scheduled doing YouTube and how long it would take me to actually finish editing a video. So doing that in advance made the first week a lot easier than if I started a week before or even the week of doing university. I would have been like out of my mind, freaking out. This also helps to maximize your chance of success and consistency. So when you pick your degree, there is definitely going to be some classes that you just really don't want to take. These are like the boring classes. For me, that was accounting and finance and organizational behavior. I'm a business student at UQ University in Australia, Brisbane. So for me, those topics, given them a year ago to myself, I would have hated doing these things. But now I am actually feeling a lot more excited to do these subjects because I find them really interesting now. Before I tell you why, you do have the choice to let these boring subjects bore you to death and feel like you're going to sleep in class, do another assignment in class, thus you won't succeed or have that much motivation to do anything in that class. Or you can choose to become motivated, learn about the topic in advance, find ways to be excited about the course that you're doing, and find links to the course that you're doing, the boring one, to something that can help you in your life. For me, accounting and financing really helped me to understand my assets and how I can budget and how I can be better with money and investing, because I run 2 businesses. And given those topics to me a year ago, I would have been so bored with them, even though I loved business and I still do. Finding ways to be excited about the boring courses is going to help you succeed tenfold compared to if you were just bored and allowed yourself to sleep in them. So how I became really excited for topics like accounting and financing was because I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I invested my time and my money into reading books about investing and business and self-development books, really. And I found such a joy. Like, I felt like so giddy in my first class, which was accounting last week. And I was so excited because my lecturer mentioned like balance sheets, investments and expenses and things like that that go into the income sheet and the balance sheet. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm already ahead. And because of that, I'm now much more excited to study accounting. Like, it's a boring topic to a lot of people. And I'm really surprised and really proud of myself that I'm in a position where I'm excited for that topic. So I would definitely suggest finding ways that you enjoy learning about something boring. So this could be a movie, it could be a documentary, it could be some books that you really like. Because even if you don't find the documentary interesting, when you get back into the class, you're already gonna know what they're talking about so that you can study less and focus your time on things that need more attention, any other topics that you're struggling with, or leisure time as well. On top of that, you're gonna feel much more excited in the class because now you can share your answers that the teacher might be asking that you already know, so you feel better about yourself because you already know what's going on. Have your methods for Excel. So I wish I knew this before I started at UQ. This step is about getting everything in line. So what you need to do is look into, for example, how your university prefers citation, how they grade you, best study methods and best times to study for you, just so that you can have all of this knowledge by the time you actually start university. Because if you're in your second week and they're already like,
oh guys, we've got a quiz next week that's 5% of your entire grade,
you're going to start stressing like me right now, right? But if you had put in the time a month in advance to know how they want citation, how they grade you, and how you can study that's best fitted for you, you don't have to spend the time then stressing about how they want things and how you can get the grade that you want, because you need that time to revise, you need that time to study, you need that time to even relax. And knowing those things is going to put you far more ahead compared to other people who just sit in class and just do the work and then do assignments how they normally would back in high school, which is not the same at university. 2 weeks before. Okay, so now you've done the steps of a month in advance. Here's what you need to prepare for 2 weeks in advance. Write down your schedule. Write down your university's lecture and tutorial schedule for each week if that is changing every week, and arrange your part-time work hours if you are somebody who's working part-time. If you have a full-time job, also arrange those hours, as well as somebody who's running their own businesses like I am and I'm working part-time. Arrange all of those income streams to fit your university schedule, not the other way around. You have to prioritize actually going to your lectures and not just waiting for the recordings at the end of the week, because you are going to end up being so far behind. And in this community, we are not women who want to do the bare minimum. We're here to strive hard, achieve all of our goals, and be the best versions of ourselves. Next, you need to schedule your non-negotiables. So for me, this is doing Pilates every morning, albeit I haven't been that consistent with it, to be honest, but I am working towards being consistent every day because my health is much more important to me. Hours just sitting isn't good for you. So I ensure that I always do like some form of exercise every day. Like, if that's a hot girl walk, going for a swim, doing some Pilates, even doing some yoga and stretching is really, really important for your body every single day. Look into when your assessment, quizzes, and exam times and dates are, so that if you've got a quiz in week 3, week 1, week 2, I've got to get my head in the game, I've got to understand all the content. So those points are more scheduled focused. So I would really advise to have like a journal or a notes in your phone or an app that you really like to use to put down everything that you need to do, from your non-negotiables to your class schedule to your study sessions, to when you need to start for your exams and your assignments and things like that. Personally, I really like using Notion because this has a space where I can put all of my things, be it notes for class, assignment dates, even my to-dos and some habits that I like to have every day. This has been a great help for having everything in one place. Taking care of your health, especially in a high stress environment like university, is so vitally important. So as I said, ensure that you do some sort of exercise every day. That doesn't have to be going to the gym every single day because that's not good for your health. Alternate and do, if you're feeling really tired on one of the days, go for a walk around a park so that you can keep your mental and physical health in check, because we all know working out helps with having positive hormones into your brain, like the dopamine hormone, so that you are happy and can avoid situations where you're feeling really depressed or anxious. Also gauge what kind of meals you want to be eating during your time at university. So it really helps to have an understanding, okay, do I want to be really healthy? If I'm a gym person and I want to bulk, what kind of foods and meals do I need to prepare every week so that I can ensure I get my quotas that I need for my dream body? It honestly really helps me to meal prep my breakfast and lunches while I was at university. I had to meal prep things like, fried rice for the whole week, and then meal prep overnight oats for the morning. And I found that helped me save so much time when I was in a rush, which was honestly quite a lot of the mornings, because I would always get up at like 6 a.m. for an 8 a.m. leave out the door on the train kind of vibe. But I would always, oh, there's my cat. Can you see? But meal prepping helped me save that time instead of going down and making oats or making wheat bix or eggs on toast or something like that. That takes up a lot of time. So meal prep for breakfast is my greatest advice, and meal prep for lunches as well. I saved so much time not having to make lunches in the morning. Also, if you can't meal prep, make your lunch the night before you actually have your next day at university. Please always ensure that you do this, because you do need food every single day at university, and you do need a healthy meal, and it does help to save time the morning of your day when you
The morning of your day.
the morning you leave to go to university. It really does help to stay health focused and to ensure that you do get your nutrients and vitamins every single day, because you're there for a really long time. Well, for some people, you're there for a really long time, others not so much. But both of those groups of people need a lot of energy and focus to be able to stay in the right mindset while you're in those long lectures and tutorials. Honestly, it's really draining sometimes. But in saying that, I actually do have a product that can really help you out with university. So in my first week, I had this drink every single day, and it helped me stay so much more focused than what I would have been if I didn't have this drink, and I saved money on having a coffee as well every single day. So this drink is a gut health drink from Arbonne, and Arbonne is a health and wellness focused company that has been around for 40 plus years. They have been the pioneer for health and wellness focused products, from your skincare to your hair care to your gut health, your nails, your overall energy. This brand has helped me through so much stuff, and I am really excited to share this product with you. So this is the green gut glow drink, and it's a green drink, right? But it's not really that gross. Like, I've had a few green drinks in my lifetime, and I know what you're thinking, Millie, I hate green drinks. I don't want to be a rabbit and eat greens all day. This drink is actually really, really sweet. It just gives your body all of the nutrients and vitamins that it needs every day to make life much more easier when you're in university. What this drink does is it gives you debloating effects, because it helps out with the gut lining, which is the thing that processes all of your fruits, your vegetables, all of the processed foods that you may be eating or carbs that you eat. And from having a bad gut, this can cause things like your acne, hair falling out, brain fog, like even migraines and headaches a lot more often. You feel much more sluggish. So this drink combats that by starting at the gut, the thing that processes all your foods, and it gives you back the things that you're taking away from yourself. So this is, your acne starts to literally be eradicated, your skin starts glowing, your hair starts growing really long. My hair is much more silky. I've had nail issues my whole life. So this drink is designed to make your life much more easier, especially as a university student where things are expensive to buy for whole foods and very healthy foods like your organic produce and things like that. And it's also really time consuming to make those healthy meals compared to just having 2-minute noodles or something like that. So what this drink will do for you is put everything that your body needs all in one drink that you take immediately after breakfast every morning, and it gives you what your body needs to be able to be focused and energized and be healthy as a university student, because it can be hard sometimes. Basically, this drink helps you to keep being the boss babe that you are. So if you want to check out this drink, I have the link down in the description. And on top of that, if you sign up as a preferred client, you do get percentage off all Arbonne products. And I will let you know, there's a fizz stick that we have in many different flavors that actually is better than coffee. Lasts 4 to 5 hours with no caffeine in them, vitamins and minerals that your body needs to stay energized, rather than caffeine that hurts your brain and your teeth and your gut and everything like that. They are great for university students too. So if you sign up as a preferred client, you get those and the gut drink percentage off. Like, you get special treatment. Okay, last point for 2 weeks in advance. We've got Prepare Your Fits. This made me feel so much more excited when starting university. I love old money vibes. Like, I'm so here for like those Italy old money homes. So what I did 2 weeks before my university started is I did a little Pinterest scroll, and I saved a bunch of outfits and hairstyles, and oh my God, my first outfit for university was so on point with the vibe that I was going with. And that whole week, all of my outfits just kept slaying. That the overall style in university is not what you would expect, because I got told that in uni, a lot of people tend to wear like tanks and jeans, and that my extravagant old money outfits are gonna make me stand out and I won't fit in, and people won't want to talk to me because I look better than, like snobby. But I actually found out my first day of university, there are people who wear tanks and jeans and jumpers, and there are those who are in complete decked out outfits that are just amazing. Like, I was so inspired by everybody's outfit. And I'm really, really glad that I did not change my style and my personality to fit in with what I thought everybody else would be like. So don't do that. Keep with your genre, because, you know, what makes you you is you. Like, attract the people that you want to attract. If you're dressing up as somebody who's like everybody else, then you're going to attract everybody else. You don't want everybody else. 1 week before prep. So now you've done the 1 month and the 2 weeks in advance. You've done your soft prep. This is going to be your hard prep. So here you need to write down your lecture notes for the whole week, including if you've got tutorials on that week. Write down what's needed of you for the tutorials. And if you also do have modules, which is what I had in my first week of university, write down all of these things. And the next step after this one is to ensure that you know everything and you understand what you are writing down. You're not just copying down verbatim. You need to actively recall these things, teach it to somebody else, learn study methods that really suit you to be able to understand. And you can ask the lecturer any other questions that you may have. And you then have the ability to just take down what the teacher is saying instead of trying to get what they're saying plus what's on the board. That was so overwhelming, and that's what happened to me on my first day. I actually really liked this next step, which is finding your classes on the campus. So my campus gives like old Italy, old money, and I loved going around trying to find where all of my lecture and tutorial classes were and just exploring the campus, because babes, you do not want to be hungry looking for the tuck shop, busting trying to find the bathroom, or late on your first day of having this class because you don't know where anything is. Also familiarize with yourself. Also familiar. Also familiar.
God, why is English so hard?
Also familiarize yourself with the dashboard or whatever website that your university uses to put down all of like the course notes, the assignment dates, the lecturers' names, even the tutorials. You know, mine's also got times where the tutors are available, so that when you start your first class, so that you can reference back to them quite swiftly when you need to in the class. And meal prep, this is the time a week before where you will meal prep for the week coming. So if you want something that's really easy, like overnight oats for breakfast was so healthy and so handy, because oats give you really good carbohydrates. The fruit that I put on top is nutrients and vitamins for my body, on top of the honey and chia seeds. They are really good for your body. And anything else that you want to throw in, like some really good blueberries are really good, high in antioxidants. So yeah, prepare a breakfast that gives your body the nutrients that you need in order to focus and feel healthy and energized throughout the day. And also do your lunches. And if you want, even do your dinners, so that you can save time and study again at night if you're a night person. If you want a little bit more understanding on what the first week of university is like, I do have a vlog linked in the description of what my first week was like. And I take you guys through literally the first ever morning of waking up, going to university, walking in the campus. I take you to my lectures and what that was like, my advice for lectures, including like meals and how I balance doing YouTube and things like that. So there is heaps of advice for you on that video and how to prepare and what to expect. Feel free to check it out after this one. Okay, last topic, which is the day before and day of. So for the day before, lay out your outfit, make sure that you've got your breakfast and your lunch packed, prepared, and you're all set. You've got your bag packed for the next morning, and go over the notes that you wrote last week for the first lecture. Make sure that you still understand everything, and write down any other questions that you may have that you thought about that day or previously, and see if you can even answer any of the ones. Maybe even listen to a podcast, read a little book, watch a little movie about whatever topic that you're learning about, so that your first lecture, you've got a valid understanding and you're like, cool, I've got this. Okay, so day of. This is where you're going to just relax. You've done all of the hard and soft prep, so all that you need to do today is just make friends. So some basic tips to make friends, I also did say this in the vlog, is to go up to somebody, anybody at the start of a lecture, and just have basic conversation. You know, are you here for the accounting lecture, is what I said. And she said yes. You never know, somebody could be a few years in and doing that course, a semester in, or a brand new student. You don't know, so go up to anybody, so that when you're in the class, they might even have advice, best ways to study, best lecturers, best tutors, best times to study, how to take down notes, how to even find the courses, the assignments, and all that jazzy stuff that you would not have even known if you had not spoken to them. Another piece of advice is to treat a new person like an old friend. So if you haven't seen an old friend for a while, you'd be really greeting, excited, smile, be really engaging with your conversation. Do the exact same thing with a new friend and they would feel so much more confident and comfortable being around you. Another tip is to smile a small fraction of a moment after they have smiled and recognized you, because that way they are going to feel like your reaction is much more genuine compared to if you just smile straight away. I would also advise, before you finish your lecture and you leave, go up to the professor, introduce yourself, let the teacher know what you're aiming for in this class. Do you want a distinction? Do you want a high distinction, which is honestly what we're here for? And any advice that they would recommend to you to be able to achieve those things, because this way the teacher is going to recognize you much more, notice your absentee or your presence in the classrooms, and if you're slipping at all, they know that you're not aiming for slipping, you're aiming to get the best grades. And this way you are also solidifying your goals and your promise that you put to yourself to do well in this class. After your classes have finished, review your notes ASAP. This way, all of the information that you learned is going to still be fresh in your head. Scientists have proven that actually 24 hours is the best time to review and study anything that you learned that day, because that's when it's all in your head. 48 hours, it goes down another percentage. 72, it drops significantly. And a little note, to prepare for next week, do the same thing. Write down all of the lecture notes and tutorials and modules that are needed. Make sure you get your textbook readings all done so that you can chill for the rest of the week. Prepare your outfits, prepare your meals. Just have everything in a line prepared by the end of the week for every week coming. That is going to make your life so much more easier in university. To summarize today's video, in topic 1, we spoke about how to prepare a month in advance, which looks like knowing the kind of person that you want to become, what your goals and aspirations are, cat's back, what your non-negotiables are. 2 weeks in advance looks like write down your schedule for university, when your classes are, tutorials are, and arrange your part-time work hours. Also here, you need to schedule your non-negotiables. Look into when the assessments, exams, and quizzes are so that you can also schedule when you need to start preparing for these. 1 week before, we spoke about writing down your lecture notes, your tutorial notes, and your modules a week before your first class, and make sure that you understand everything that you've written down and not just writing verbatim. Find your classes on campus. This is a really fun task to get excited about going to university because it's really fun in general. Familiarize yourself with the university dashboard and meal prep. And for the day before and day of, what this preparation looks like is preparing your outfits and your whole meals, and also revise the lecture notes. Make sure that you still have everything fresh in your head and that you understand. Write down any other questions that you may have. And day of is just chill, make new friends, and revise the notes that you take as soon as you finish class. So your homework for this, to make sure that you succeed and get ahead in university, is to write down the kind of person that you want to become. Plan out your outfits and your meals. Go around the campus and find where all of your classes, tuck shop, toilets are, and schedule everything that was mentioned above. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Get excited for university, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and I will get back to you and help you out as much as I can. I would love for you to join the community. All of my social media is linked down below. So I love sharing my personal life on Instagram mainly, and I have a little classy Hermes Mom Spotify playlist for you to listen to get in that old money vibes. So joining the community, you can see how I juggle doing YouTube at a elite university, how I run 2 separate businesses, and how I basically stay sane and stay a healthy university student, promoting that kind of lifestyle, because our health is our wealth. If we don't have health, then how wealthy are we really? I also have the vlog of my first week linked down in the description, on top of things I wish I learned in high school, on top of how to figure out what to do after high school. This can even apply to somebody starting university. And I have also linked the healthy drink from Arbonne that helps with your gut, your acne, your focus, your hair, everything really is linked down in the description. And I will see you in another video. Bye!
I feel cute and I feel happy. There must be something wrong, 'cause it's been way too long since I feel cute.